Even though it is really cold out there during this market, 3 blue chip projects are making huge moves.
They say bear markets are for building, and these projects are doing just that. What does that mean for you? Well, we're going to cover all of that and more on today's show of Goats and the Metaverse. Stanley, it's good to see some activity happening in the market and projects making some pretty epic announcements or rumors of epic announcements, which is what the market loves even more. Buy the rumor, sell the news. We've seen a lot of that happening. But before we dive into that, what's going on in the world of ETH and in our big floor price movers?
I see a green arrow in ETH.
No, what do you mean?
Oh, boom! $1,132. That is not such big money, but it is a green arrow. We celebrate green arrows these days, and I am very, very happy that ETH is up today.
Celebrate the small wins.
Small wins. That's what we got to celebrate in life, my friend. Let's take a look at the projects that are making some moves, a little bit of a mixed bag. Listen, things aren't moving that much. I guess Moonbirds was the big mover and shaker, and we're going to talk about them in a little bit. But there's movement. People are buying stuff. I'm seeing it. I think the funniest thing is United WAGMI, which is the soccer team sponsored by NFTs, is launching their NFT today, and the price is 0.35, which is, I don't know, $400, a little bit less.
Yeah, a little bit less. Yeah.
And the comments were brutal. This is so expensive. They're giving you like 3 jerseys or something like that for that money. Like back in the day, people would literally spend 3.5 Ethereum on like a fucking meme that they told you. Remember Kevin? People were buying Kevins. Like we knew there was nothing behind Kevin.
For 12 ETH.
For 12 ETH. Now 0.35 is crazy. I mean, I'm now bullish on that, right? I like to see that because I believe that, like you said, right? I think the people that are building, the people that are making noise, the people that are patient, the people that are going to be able to make some shit happen are going to make some shit happen. So let's talk about shit happening.
Well, before we talk about shit happening, what does that tell us? I think it tells us that people still price in ETH, because it would have been when ETH was at $4,000 and a mint was at 0.2. Well, it's a 0.2 ETH mint. Today it's at 0.35. You're still thinking, wow, that's expensive, because 0.35 ETH. I bought these at 0.2, or I bought these at 0.07 or 0.08, and you're not converting it into the dollar price, which is actually cheaper.
But
so
if you believe in the long term, it shouldn't really matter, right? Like, I mean, listen, I like to see the market is becoming more smart, right? Like people are actually, like back in the day, like people wouldn't even think about it, right?
Throw money. Yeah.
Throw money, FOMO, hype, whatever the case may be. Now people are actually debating it, which I think is good. But I don't know. I looked into the project. I was kind of like, I'm going to buy it. Not financial.
You heard it here first. Stanley is buying WAGMI United. He is a buyer. All right, let's go on to the big news that we heard from the world of Moonbirds, which had a pretty epic run in price over the past week. Went from, at some point went under a 20 ETH floor, and now hit up to about a 30 ETH floor again, and now back to 25. So big swings in the Moonbirds world. What's been happening? What are the swings about? Tell us, Stan the man.
Well, I think it all started with Ryan, the ex-COO, doing a floor sweep. I think he bought like 34 of them. There was a lot of conversation. Is this inside trading? Is this not inside trading? A lot of people defending him, saying he sold his Moonbirds. He told us he's going to invest into blue chip projects, and here he is buying into blue chip project. But then
I had a call with Ryan Carson when he was talking about his fund. This must have been 4 weeks ago, maybe 5 weeks ago. And he said his strategy is simple. He's going to put $1 million into 15 projects that he thinks have going to be the big winners. Are going to meet the founders. It's got to be Doc's teams. And I asked him, well, what are you going to do with Moonbirds? And he says, I'm going to put $1 million into Moonbirds and buy $1 million worth of Moonbirds. Now the news happens. He does it. And then 2 days later, there's a leaked announcement that comes out. Not even an announcement. There's some leaked news that comes out of the world of Moonbirds, and everyone's like, "Well, that's insider trading." He basically said, "I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this." Did it, and I don't think he was insider trading in any way,
No,
shape, or form.
but at the same time, he's definitely privy to the information, right? He's definitely privy to some information that he has that probably you or I don't have. But he's not doing anything illegal. He sold his stock, his NFTs, and started investing into projects like he said he would. So
Yep.
we're fans here. We're all good, Ryan. Let me know when you want to come on the show. We're available for you. And the next thing is, so there was a rumor, or I don't know, somebody put it out on the web that Moonbirds have filed a patent or received a patent for Ravens. And this set the internet into a hissy. Moonbirds Ravens. Everyone kept saying this is going to be the next Moon Apes. They always told us why they didn't call them Moon Owls. They called them Moonbirds. This is what it means. And then I believe Kevin Rose came out and said, we don't know anything about that. We're too busy concentrating, working on our website, and we're not working on any Ravens. So I don't know.
What I see here is it was a U.S. trademark office that it was filed with. So there was no patent. It was pretty much a trademark registration. And often what happens in the world of trademarks, the word Moonbirds may have been taken. And maybe they needed to combine that with another word so that they could be able to hold the trademarks. Maybe Moonbird Ravens was the reason that they went for Moonbird Ravens. It could mean something else is coming out in the world of Moonbird. There could be something to do with Ravens. We do have the oddities that were still sitting there in people's wallets. What are going to happen with that? What's going to do that? But pretty much it just shows what happens when rumors take hold and what can happen with these communities that are sizable communities. What it does show you is that there is immense faith or conviction or excitement about what Kevin Rose and his team are able to produce in the weeks, months, and years to come. And if you think about where you could be placing some of your chips, do you have any exposure to the Kevin Rose ecosystem, to the Proof ecosystem, Moonbirds, and anything that comes out of there? Because you can see how this moves. You had a 50% swing in 4 days on a rumor that something else is coming.
Yeah, and like you said, right? I mean, I think we talk about it that they solidified their blue chip position, but the fact of a rumor making that swing in this type of market really gives them a lot of power, right? Like they really haven't fallen far from their high horse. They're up there. I mean, like the conversation to me is always, is it a Moon? Do you buy a Moon or do you buy a Moonbird? And I think it's a really, really good debate. But to me, I think it's Moonbird is their first project. Mutants are the second project of BAYC. So I don't know what the right answer is, but I think that's an interesting debate. Maybe we should do a show about that. Moonbird versus Mutant. Gabby, our producer, please write that down. We'll come back to you on that show. And in other news, talking about Yuga, the Otherside are conducting some tests. They are involving the community, you holders of land. What are they doing, Yossi?
It's not entirely clear exactly what the tests are, but they're doing load tests to see how the platform functions. And they're working with the Improbable team, who they're using to build out the Otherside game and world. So information is still sketchy, but they're inviting people to be load testers. It's only available to people in North America and Europe. If you're outside of those countries, you'll be able to watch a stream of the load testing. And the load tests are token gated. You have to be holding a other deed in order to be able to participate. You will be rewarded for participating. You'll also be rewarded for watching the load tests. What is that reward? We do not know what the rewards will be. But what it does say is that we are seeing that there is, again, in the world of the bear market, there is building happening. Stuff is going on. Don't make the fact that the price may be sitting static as an indication that this market is not progressing, that things are not being built, that we will start seeing new developments in each of these projects and new projects coming out. this is the time actually to be paying close attention to everything that is happening, because it sets you up for the next bull market. So that's what's happening in the world of the Otherside and other deeds. We expect to see that happening, and attendees verified through the live stream will be eligible for any benefits tied to what they call the first trip. This is people going on their first voyage into the world of the Otherside.
And I think they're doing a good job. I like that they're doing testing. It's a tease. It gives people something to talk about. And, they're going to come back, which I'm assuming they're ready for something big. I'm assuming they're close. And then you're going to have all these people talking about it. Just remember, they took a lot of money out of this market, right? They have a lot. They have a lot of, they have big shoes to fill. They need to do something grand. And my prediction is they're going to do it, right? Like that leaked video from a couple months ago or weeks ago, whatever it was, where it looked like there was, it looked like Grand Theft Auto, the Bored Ape version. Like if they build that and there's, you could win ApeCoin or you could use your ApeCoin for in-game currency, whatever the case may be. I mean, I think it's game over, right? I think it's.
Well, that gives a question on where do you play. So if you, again, thinking of, do you have any exposure to these ecosystems? You maybe don't have 18 ETH to buy a mutant or 92 ETH to buy a ape. ApeCoin is sitting at $4.99. At its peak, it was at $26. So there is a potential, eight times from its all-time high. Doesn't mean it will get back to its all-time high. You never know. But what are they going to be doing that drives value to ApeCoin holders? That's got to be top of mind in what people are doing. And what will be coming out of the world of Yuga in the weeks to come is staking of your ApeCoin and them starting to incorporate that into the ecosystem. So maybe a play is to acquire some ApeCoin at its current pricing, or start to build up a small position in ApeCoin in anticipation of these types of announcements and what they could potentially do to the token price. Last big announcement we had coming out this morning out of the World of Woman. World of Woman launching their capacitors, and all original World of Woman holders have been airdropped a blue capacitor today. For those of you who are fans of our show and the Goat Vault, well, the Goat Vault just grew by a capacitor. We don't really know what it is. There's lots of speculation, and World of Woman has been giving clues in the past several weeks in both their live events, stuff that they did at NFT NYC, and dropping hints. They hosted a Twitter space talking about what all of this could mean. Lots of theories about who is what the capacitor is, and there is some evil villain that is now stopping the plans of the capacitor. And who that evil villain is, well, there's lots of speculation. Is it Dua Lipa? Is it Wagmi-san? Is it someone from a different galaxy, Mila Kunis, or someone else? Maybe Eva Longoria. These are all people somewhat related to World of Women. We know Guy Osiri is very much involved in Wagmi-san. Maybe it's Madonna. This is the speculation that
maybe it's me.
Maybe it is. So that's happening in the world of Women, which was some little positive price action in that news and in the response to that. But lots of conversations happening there, and obviously our Goat Vault has now increased by having that World of Women come, and I'm excited to say it is up 12%, up to $18,343. We have had a continuous downward decline in the value of the Goat Vault over the past few weeks. It's good to see an update and a reminder. A way to win the contents of that vault, $18,000, is by clicking subscribe, posting a comment, and sharing your love about our show so we can reach that 5,000 subscriber mark and open up the vault.
And that's what we want to do. We just want to give you guys free money. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. Remember, none of this is financial advice. We're just here to have a good time. And hopefully you guys learn a few things along the way. I know we had fun. I had fun. I'm hoping Yasi is the World of Women artist. We will find out next time. Please check in, and we'll see you guys mañana.